Hi everyone! Congratulations on tackling week one. You did an absolutely stellar job. As a collective group, it was really enjoyable to read your opinions and your analysis, and your conversations on the discussion were just wonderful. So thank you. I tried to get as much of the grading done as I could within the first 48 hours after you submitted, so hopefully that worked for you. If you have any questions about how I graded your assignments or why I took points or didn't take points, maybe not, feel free to email me and I'll clarify. I'm going to go back into the grade book today and just confirm, see if you've sent me any messages. But if at any time you have serious questions about what's going on in the grade book, please email me rather than just commenting. Sometimes I get the notifications and sometimes I don't. So emailing me is always the best way to get me as soon as possible. Okay, so talking about week two, it's just pretty much APA format. I was an English major, so APA and I are not really good friends. I was more of an MLA type of girl. But for my science majors or business majors, sometimes APA is used a little bit more. So some of you may feel comfortable with the APA format and some of you may not. If you're a person who wants a little extra support, again, you can email me, but please use the Purdue OWL website. It's in our modules, and it has examples of what APA should look like, how to structure your APA formats, and I can't remember if I said examples, but it has examples. Also, you can use EasyBib, which is another website. It's kind of overburdened with a lot of ads, and sometimes it asks you to pay or you have to watch an ad so that you can use its resources. But I'm telling you, if you struggle with APA, mind the gap and go for it. Use EasyBib. If neither of those resources help you, I'm here, and I'll gladly double check for you or help you or find you additional resources to use. So the two big assignments that you have, and I'm just going to click around. So number one is your research log. And your research log is finding 4 credible sources that you can use in your paper, and then essentially explaining how you found it, why it's credible, how it relates to your topic, and what its URL is. And the idea for that is just to make sure it is in fact a credible source. You might have heard some reluctance in regards to using, for example, Wikipedia. I mean, I love Wikipedia as a starting point, but I never cite it as a credible source because you never know who was the last person in there and changing things up. You also want to make sure that it's not an opinion piece, or maybe if it is an opinion piece, why is it credible? Is it written by a scientist, for example? Is it formally an article? So you just want to make sure that, and that's the point of the research log, is to make sure that your source is in fact credible and it won't weaken your argument because it's not necessarily provable. There's a lot of ables in there, so I hope that makes sense. You can, and I don't know if they intend for this, but I feel as though they should go hand in hand. I encourage you to use the same 4 sources that you used in your research assignment in your annotated bibliography assignment. So the second assignment for week 2, the annotated bibliography, is where you transform your credible sources into APA format and then explain in paragraph form after it how it's going to enhance your conversation of your paper. So I think that to have the process of locating your credible sources, dissecting them and proving that they're credible, and then explaining in that second assignment is the most beneficial to you. Aim for 4. That's the minimum. That's what I'm looking for. I would suggest, if you want to go above and beyond, always, because you're going to have to go above and beyond in a couple weeks anyway. If these assignments go quickly for you, maybe you're an APA whiz, maybe you already have done a ton of research, maybe you've confirmed that everything is credible, keep drafting. Add notes to your paper. It's a non-stop sculpture. You're building something, and if you have the time, just because you have assignments that weren't necessarily related to drafting your paper, always go back to your paper and keep drafting it. It's just going to make your life easier in the long run. The weeks go by quick, and you want to make sure that you've tackled as much as you can. So please, what you did in the discussion this week, repeat. it was excellent. It was wonderful. I felt as though I try to go in and I try to ask questions or just engage, because I love reading what you guys post, but I realized I didn't have a lot of opportunity to have some inquisitive or constructive criticism, so that way I could keep the conversations going. You kept the conversations going. It was fabulous. So email me again if you need anything. I'm here. I will send you nice reminders within the next couple of days about your due dates. Make sure you get your knowledge path done. It's super picky. It needs things spelled correctly. If you have any issues with that, let me know. But so far, so good. Congratulations on week 1 again, and I can't wait to see what you produce for week 2.